Hi there guys, welcome back to the Malaysian Pokémon VGC 2016 3rd Blaziken Premier Challenge Series at All Aboard Community Game Center. And hi, I'm Ariff and
I'm Zane.
So we'll be moving on to the semi-finals or the top 4 round, and we'll be featuring two very experienced players in the Malaysian community, which are Ariff, Erzanie, Ramli,
And Nasser.
So before we go on to the match, we'll start reviewing a little bit of their teams today. So I'll start with Ariff's team. Ariff is carrying a Mewtwo, Crobat, Ferrothorn, Gothitelle, Groudon, Kyogre, having the
Quadruple resist fairy.
Quadruple resistant fairy, probably because he does not like Xerneas, and at the same time having a very unorthodox combo of both primals in the same team for his restricted slots.
Now, what I like about that team actually is the Gothitelle allows it so he can control the weather with both of his primals, and his opponent can't really switch out to change that.
So basically, in most cases, Ariff would have the upper hand in weather control, which in this metagame, currently, it's all about the primal weather.
All about the weather.
We'll be talking about Nasser's team a bit.
So Nasser is using the team Groudon, Xerneas, Kangaskhan, Sableye, Crobat, and Mawile. We see the similar core that's been used a lot. Joel previously used it. The Groudon, Xerneas, and the Kangaskhan core. Now, sometimes people like to compare this with Sableye. Not Sableye, Smeargle. But instead, looks like Nasser is using Sableye, and Crobat, and Mawile as the three supporting cast for this core.
And I believe that for Nasser's team itself, like, the Xerneas, the Sableye here comes in very interestingly because he has two choices for Fake Out in both Kangaskhan and Sableye. With Sableye, unless the opponent willingly chooses to go for a scrappy Fake Out and not Mega Evolving, will not be able to go for its either, whether it be its own Fake Out, if it carries it anyways.
I think Sableye will have a huge role in this match because it has the ability to switch in and out of Goths.
Yeah, that's one possibility I'd say that would put Nasser in an advantage, but at the same time understanding that Sableye would probably be a very passive kind of player in this, especially with a lot of Pokemon that he can't really deal good, especially with the Crobat blocking all his prankster moves.
Exactly. Yeah, true. So it looks like if Ariff decides to bring that Crobat, then Sableye might not have as much to use.
So
looks like the game's about to start, and let's see how they go into team preview.
So before we do, and while it's going on, we'll talk about a bit of Ariff. Now in this match, if Ariff does loses, then he will uphold his legend as 4th place consistently in a lot of tournaments. But here we go for the team previews. As we already told you, Ariff will be on the top screen there, going with Gothitelle, Crobat, Groudon, Kyogre, Ferrothorn, and Mewtwo itself. So you could see there's a double steel core, a double primal, and of course the trick room starter with the Gothitelle.
And also, he has a tailwind option with the Crobat.
Yes, he has a tailwind. So it's a dual speed combination here.
No, Speedy Mawile is something that is actually very viable.
Is very viable because it's not exactly the best in Trick Room. It works really well as one of the most offensive ones, but it still pales when it goes up against stuff like Among Us or Gastrodon, in which it can't really do much damage against.
Now I love using Mawile Gothitelle.
Yeah.
And I've also used Tailwind Mawile a bit, and actually it can be really strong. It can outspeed things like Mega Salamence, even with an adamant nature, and with the Intimidate, it can still live a lot of attacks.
Yes, and one player up from a huge power Mega Mewtwo is not something that you really want to take at the end of the day.
Exactly.
So here we go. You've already seen in the metagames, current metagames, you have the conquering primals, but interestingly enough, a lot of the top VGC 2015 megas are still in dominance. Mega Kangaskhan, Mega Mewtwo, Mega Salamence.
Yeah, exactly.
So here we go into the battle right now, and we'll see which one is it. So
Cresselia. No, sorry.
No, goes for
goes
for a Mewtwo and a Gothitelle, and because mistakenly it was named Celestia.
I read Cresselia.
That's right. So
okay,
a little bit
so we
there.
see this shiny Sableye and the Crobat.
So
Intimidate probably not going to mean so much here because
both are really more special.
Passive.
They're very passive roles, but I think what Sableye wants to do here is to just maybe annoy.
I think
what could possibly happen here is a gravity hypnosis kind of thing.
Oh, that could possibly happen. But I think Sableye is really good here because he has the potential to Will-O-Wisp, he has the potential of the taunt, if he's carrying it, he might be faking out here.
He might even go for a swagger if he has it, but it will not. But
It goes straight for the Will-O-Wisp on that Mawile.
but it would still be KO'd by a player off if I am not
Yes,
mistaken.
I believe so. It depends on how much attack Ariff is running on his. The Super Fang goes out to his Gothitelle, and the player off, let's see, it might just
It connects.
KO.
No, it does not. Just
It doesn't, it
slightly
doesn't.
under. But Trick Room goes out, so Maywell could still be faster here. But I believe the switch out will come here from.
I don't think the Trick Room is so
Optimum?
like it's not as advantageous as it normally is, because we see Sableye is quite slow, first of all. And
Sableye
also-
is quite slow.
and
Yes,
we also
correct.
see Nasser has the potential to bring his Mega Mawile.
Yes,
But
bring his own.
But because of the Shadow Tag, he actually can't switch out his Crobat. So
Yes,
if you
so
want to switch,
so a psychic coming from the Gothitelle will hurt a lot.
possibly, really it can. Now we see the taunt going on onto the Gothitelle. Will it matter here? Oh, he has the
It has
mental
a mental
herb.
herb, so it's a very common item you see on a lot of stuff like Cresselia.
Cresselia, Gothitelle.
Cresselia,
sometimes
a lot of
Crobat.
Trick Room centers.
Smeargle is another one.
Smeargles as well.
Now it goes to the Psychic on that Crobat. It looks like it's
Oh my god,
just
that's
enough.
a lot of damage
Well,
coming there. Citrus
and
Berry,
the Citrus Berry.
revealing the Citrus
But I
Berry.
don't think that Citrus Berry. Yeah, he still will KO next for Psychic. Now we see the Super Fang coming out on the Mawile.
Now, the Mawile here is already crippled with its burn.
It's burn, exactly.
So I believe that if he switches in his Groudon this turn, like, it will be a very good turn for him. He can just go for an Eruption, he can just go...
Actually, Groudon is a great
Yeah,
one
it's
here.
a great
But
switch. And
can't-
yes, he
but
does
we
bring
can't-
Groudon.
we can't- Don't forget that
There's a
there's
Kyogre at the
Kyogre
back.
at the back. Well, possibly. But I think
But I think
having
it's
the
not
dual
safe.
primals in the back
I don't think the safest move for it to go is just Precipice Blades in this turn.
Exactly. So I don't. We've seen Mawile, we've seen Sableye and Crobat from Nasser, and now his Groudon. We
So-
don't know his last one.
So I think the best move for Ariff here is to just go straight for the offensive, sack both Pokemon, bring in his Kyogre or Groudon, whichever he feels is more
I think
convenient.
he needs to KO that Crobat first, so
Yes, that's
so we
true.
can get a speed advantage, so we can get a weather advantage.
Correct.
Now I don't think. What do you think Nasser can have in the back? I mean, I don't think that
I believe
Xerneas is a very good
no,
pick.
Xerneas one. I believe that it is. In this sense, I think the best thing to go for is
Mawile.
exactly. Yeah, I think Maywell would be good, but at the same time, Kangaskhan will also be a lot more. It will make a lot more sense because it hits Kyogre hard. It can hit Ferrothorn with low kick. So I believe a Kangaskhan could be at the back.
Kangaskhan could be. It could really be either. Actually, Mawile doesn't fare too well against dual primals.
That's true.
Because the stabs from both hurt him a lot.
So in this case, for Nasser, Mega Maywell is not the good.
And we see that sucker punch coming out from
Maybe
Mawile.
maybe he's afraid.
He's just a little bit afraid of the possible eruption. And the
Okay,
Crobat goes down, which means if Ariff has that Kyogre in the back,
He has a Kyogre or
has
Groudon.
a permanent speed.
So and actually about so here's the perfect example of the 85% accuracy coming
85%
from.
accuracy.
And
It's not great for spread.
yes, and Ariff he just wanted to sack his Maywell since it's already burnt.
I mean, Gothitelle being on the field, it's not as helpful anymore because the Shadow Tag.
And no, but it's a Groudon.
It's a
at the back.
Groudon. It's a Groudon. And
But it's a Kangaskhan, so if Trick Room aspires,
It looks like
this
that
turn-
Groudon will primal evolve, getting a lot more stats as well as getting its primal ability.
Yeah, it's primal ability,
Desolate
Desolate Land. Now, what I believe here is that the fake out pressure coming from Nasser could possibly change the game into his
I think
favor.
so.
But if the Groudon is a slower variant, then in the next turn it could possibly be KO'd by both a combination of Precipice Blades and a Double Edge, or even just a Sucker Punch.
Actually, a double KO there on that. If that Goth had gone down that turn, it would have been a little shaky because if he has the Kyogre in the back, it would have come down to his own
Yeah,
two
it-
primal speeds.
Then in the end, basically it's whichever he chooses to fake out first.
Exactly. Yeah. And now that's exactly what it is. Now it also comes down to a lot of speed ties here. Groudon and Kangaskhan can be a bit of speed ties because Kangaskhan is base 90 right now.
It's base 90, yes, correct. So whichever is lower, but I believe that here the best move for
Fake out
is
the
just go for a
Groudon.
fake out on the Groudon.
I think so. Let's see. But does Nasser have any answers to that? He just lets it happen. And now will he be taking a super effective ground move? That's what I'm worried about. I think that could really.
Oh,
we also
skill
the skill
swap.
swap on the.
He takes out
the brunt. Takes out the brunt of all.
That's a very smart move. So if he does have Kyogre at the back here, he could still
That's a little
potentially
bit.
take it.
Actually, now that the shadow tag is working against him because he can't switch out his Goblin.
I think what he's doing is that he's expecting his Gothitelle to die here. But it misses again, and does not pick up the KO on
Possibly a little bit of luck working against him.
Yeah, so
Because he wants to sack that Goblin. Hurry, he wants to
you
just
saw
get
in
off
the
field.
last round where Joel met all these very erratic maneuvers by skill swapping
Exactly.
out, but it didn't work against
work
him
at
well.
all.
So he's more or less the same case where precipice
exactly.
plays aren't hitting, but it's not working out for Ariff. He wants his, maybe he has a Kyogre,
Yes,
but he
exactly.
wants it in as soon as possible. So Sucker Punch, obviously, you go for that move, picks up the KO.
I think Skill Swap is a very viable move on Gothitelle, just
Yes.
not in this situation.
So he goes for a
Psychic.
Psychic possibly to open it up for KO at the end.
Parental Bond.
Parental Bond,
Now
yes.
with Parental Bond, it has twice the chance to lower special defense as well.
Correct. But
And let's
so you
see,
got Precipice
this
Blaze,
single
definitely
target
picking up the
Precipice
KO. So it
But
depends on
this
what's
game
in the
is
back.
not over yet.
If it is a
Kyogre
Kyogre at the back.
Trick Room is about to expire though, right?
Yes.
Kyogre comes in and it's bulky enough to take 2 hits from the...
If it can take 2 hits, and I believe it can now with,
And it actually comes down to speed here too.
and it
Kyogre
is.
in the back.
So if it's a possible,
I believe this is actually in Ariff's favor a little bit.
a little bit, if Precipice miss, Precipice Blaze miss, that
Precipice Blades can miss. Kangaskhan doesn't have its double
it can't KO. And the worst thing that could happen if Origin Pulse misses.
This could just be a turn of misses and double edge.
Yeah, and that would be a fun thing to
Actually,
see,
it's probably
obviously.
a better play to protect that Groudon and just take out the
Yeah, actually, but no, he goes for an attack again with a return.
Both.
Not
And
doing
actually-
a little bit undefeated with
Yeah,
Thunder
Thunder
Punch
Punch.
on the
Okay, so
Groudon.
now-
Unexpected move there, and it does pick up the KO onto the Primal Kyogre.
And we see now that the Groudon was faster than that.
Was faster than Kyogre, so maybe it does prove that Ariff's team is more Trick Room reliant, or it needs
so,
a
I
speed
think
control. So, congratulations to Nasser for managing to
Now
get
we did see
the first game down.
this is a best of 3.
Yes, but
I mean,
that only
anything can
allows
happen. Anything can
it only allows Ariff to scout out that he has done the punch in the end.
Exactly. Now he knows.
Now he knows, and
Now he knows he can't bank on Precipice Blades missing.
yeah. So maybe that was his answer to most Kyogres. Excuse me for a while.
Possibly. So I really think that Goth could, if he needs to play it a little bit better. I think the skill swap wasn't really
That wasn't the most optimal
play.
play.
Skill swap on his sort of thing, I think it makes a lot of sense because he's got the dual prime.
Yeah, he's got dual primals,
wants-
he switches the weather out.
he
He
wants
gives
to-
them a
yeah.
good ability anyways.
Exactly.
So we'll be moving on to the battle screen right now. And like we discussed previously, Ariff here, actually he has a better chance at dealing with Nasser's team theoretically. But as you saw just now, since he did not expect moves like Thunder Punch and he thought the Precipice Blades would miss.
Exactly.
So Nasser could still maneuver itself, but he had, I would say that Nasser has exhausted a number of tricks already that he has, and Ariff could potentially exploit it this turn by having maybe even better leads.
I think that Nasser has a little bit of trouble with that Gothitelle and Kyogre. Because
Correct.
he wants to lead with his Groudon. He wants to lead with his Groudon because otherwise he's not putting any pressure on the Moa.
Yeah, that's correct, and it's not going to be easy for him since if he manages once again, if Ariff manages to get a Trick Room and it hits as hard as he can within the Trick Room turns,
And we do see
yes, we see the Kyogre Gothitelle, and now we expect that this is one of the best leads that Ariff could
Now I
possibly
think
do.
Sableye wasn't so good in this situation.
I don't think it
I
still
mean, we
is.
already saw the mental error, and it
can't really taunt,
but it can switch out.
it can't switch out.
He has
Now,
to be careful on the Trick Room and the skill swap the following.
Yeah, so
So he has to get rid of that. Either he has to just take out a knockout here.
correct. So I believe that right here is that Nasser kinda has to switch out his.
Nasser could just be going for some swagger plays. I mean,
It
if he
could be
has it.
possible. I
If
mean,
he has swagger, I mean,
I believe this is the best thing for him.
I mean,
Actually, this is switch out before he's
if
brought
this
out.
Sableye gets sacked here, it could actually help him a little bit because he's not going to use it much.
Yes, that's true.
Possibly only as a late game.
As a late game, like
If he's running
a little bit
Will-O-Wisp,
for
he could
a little bit
probably-
of luck, maybe with swagger.
Swagger,
I'll play.
Will-O-Wisp, and then Roost, not Roost, recover.
Recover, yes. But here you go, he doesn't switch out instead.
Goes
Goes
to
for-
fake on.
But I
Now
think
this
here
could
he
be a
allows
little
it for a Trick Room to go up.
I think he really needed to make sure that Trick Room didn't go up. Oh, he does go for the swagger. So
Going for a swagger
has
playing,
to hope for the
relying
swagger.
on luck instead. So an interesting choice here, but I guess Nasser has really nothing to lose here with the run.
I mean, he's won the first game,
yeah,
so
so
let's see
it's
how-
nothing really. But
He
and
must-
it does hit itself in confusion,
And we
so it
see
doesn't get Trick Room up.
Nasser knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Clearly, he just needs must know Swagger's the best player.
That was essentially the best
And now
play
he
in
has
the game.
actually a huge advantage going into this game.
Because he can switch out if he wants, he can go for a double edge or return.
Because of Sableye's Ghost type, he can switch out his Sableye into the Groudon.
Yeah, but in this case he chooses not to. Instead going straight for the KO onto the...
Is it enough? I don't think so.
But it doesn't pick up the
pick it up.
KO. Wow, interesting.
Origin Pulse is going to do a lot of damage. No, it hits both targets.
I think it picks up KO onto the Sableye.
On Sableye, it should. When it will go up here, I think he really made a big mistake by letting that... Oh, let's see, we have to go...
But the confusion might still hit it, and yes it does!
Again, this Nasser must know what he's doing.
Nasser saw this coming a mile away.
Swagger really just...
So,
he decides to bring the Xerneas.
Maybe it's a good chance for it to go for a Geomancy.
He didn't bring the Ferrothorn last game.
Yes.
We saw Ariff didn't bring the Ferrothorn last game. So he just really has to get through that Mawile.
Yeah, he just needs to mail. And if it gets the Trick Room up this turn, then it's not going to bode well for...
I really think he should just Dazzling Gleam and attack.
Yeah, and go for a return.
I don't think he should Geomancy here. It's not worth
He
it.
could go for a Protect for all we know. So we go Protect coming.
You're right. And let's see here. If he does, I don't think that's gonna kill though.
It's not going to kill. It's the Dazzling Gleam. That's the question. Will he go for a Dazzling Gleam or will he go?
If he doesn't kill the Goth here, okay, there we go.
So he does go for a Dazzling Gleam. A bit unfortunate for Ariff not being able to set up
If he had to use a double edge, he would have killed that Goth and got a free Geomancy.
That's true.
So that shows a little bit of a
variety of coming.
Variety of things. So that was a big risk by Ariff.
By Ariff, but in the end, Nasser did manage to take it back in. Now, as you can see, the Maywell's back up. I think the best move here is just for a Sucker Punch.
We should. I mean, that Xerneas isn't all completely useless now because it can switch out because there's no more Shadow Tag on the field.
No more Shadow Tag on the field, right?
And it's always possible that
Xerneas
carries HP Ground or HP Fire would be kind of useless here, but HP Ground could
potentially do a lot of damage here, but I don't think it'll pick up the KO without a Geomancy.
Not without a Geomancy. So probably a switch into Groudon here from the Xerneas maybe would be the optimal play.
Yeah.
Putting pressure on that.
And Kangaskhan just going straight for a Sucker Punch anyway, so he's sticking out there. But no, he doesn't switch out.
Probably not a Sucker Punch. Probably just to kill that. Whoever kills the first Pokemon here actually gets the weather advantage.
Yes. But looks like he does it for
Ariff has the Groudon on the back, it would put him at a disadvantage.
So it does go for a Sucker Punch there. No, Ariff here is really big push.
Didn't get set up yet, so
he unfortunately for him,
now the heavy rain is lifted. Whatever Ariff has in the back will change the game. Let's see how.
But no, he went for a Sucker Punch instead. Oddly, maybe he thought you'd be faster.
No, I think he was expecting double edge into the.
Yes,
because that cover switches, so it's a little bit of the safer play.
But here we go, Groudon comes in instead. So now, if it has Precipice Blade,
the Xerneas isn't in a good position at all. It has not got Geomancy up. And if
Iron Head will hurt.
Iron Head will.
So Ariff could potentially still take this back, anyways.
Ariff could take this back. It comes down to his Groudon living.
I think he can just Sucker Punch, anyways.
I think
Sucker Punch is a very good move here,
but he wants to double edge that Groudon. He needs to double edge.
He wants to double edge that
Groudon. He can't prove his Sucker Punch is a risk.
Yes.
But then if he Sucker Punches the Kangaskhan, it leaves the Xerneas open for attack.
Yeah, that leaves Xerneas very open for attack, but I don't think. But no, he goes actually for a return. So I think an Iron Hit here is kind of with a critical hit on the first return, but not enough to get a KO. Knowing as Titanic. Oh, a hidden power here. So is it hidden power? It's hidden power fire. It does not pick up the KO.
That's hidden power, fire or ground.
I think it's fire.
That did a lot of damage with the sun.
Yes. That's true enough. Maybe because without the Geomancy and he didn't really invest a lot.
And
so Iron Hit will pick up the KO here.
We will have a game 3, guys. We will have a game 3.
Depending on what the last Pokemon is. Wait, it's a Sableye. No, it's not. No, it's not. I think it's a Groudon. If it's a Groudon and that Groudon is faster.
Actually, you're right here.
So whoever gets their Precipice Blades up first.
I think Nasser has the game here.
Nasser could have the game.
Didn't we confirm he's using a faster Groudon?
Yeah, we confirmed that he's using a faster one. And interestingly enough, from one of the people in the chat saying that Nasser doesn't nickname his Pokemon because he finds there is no need to nickname his Pokemon. He's that strong.
Let's see, he might just win 2 games in a row here, taking the best of 3 set.
Easily for that. And we've seen already, previously we screened a lot of 2-0s coming in the top cut here, so both knowing
and
that
Sucker Punch goes out onto the Groudon.
This is an obvious move here.
Let's see, Precipice Blades, it
connects with both.
And that's the game. Nasser takes both games, winning the best of 3 set, and he will be the finalist.
He will be a finalist. Now, it's unfortunate for Ariff not to be able to get his Trick Room, which I believe was vital in this in this battle, especially against people like Nasser. So good for him to
I
win.
think he really should have had his Kyogre in the back of the game.
Yeah, I think, but like you said, what we agreed earlier, a Kyogre and Gothita lead would actually be a very, very, very good team.
Exactly.
Since there's nothing much that he can do against it.
Surprised how that game turned out, really.
So we'll congratulate Nasser once more for being able to make it to the finals of this tournament, of the third Blaziken Premier Challenge Series. And I think who will his opponent be up against?
I'm not sure. But whoever wins the finals will be the first.
Yes, will
have
be
won
the first Malaysian
VGC 16
winner
champion
in Malaysia. Yeah,
in
so
Malaysia.
he'll be holding the crown. Maybe not for long, but at least you have the first crown.
Exactly.
So that's a good thing for them. And I think it's a battle between Kevin and Ariff.
Is it really? Wow.
Yes, right now, and it's still going on. We don't know the winner yet.
So it looks like.
What's that? Who's the other semi-final is it's Kevin Nim versus Haris, and Haris was the person that was featured in the stream previously. Kevin was also featured in the Swiss rounds previously, so we don't really know what moves. And unfortunately for you fans of Zarif, he has been eliminated.
He has been eliminated.
The Primal Groudon speed type, it moved first in the first round. In the first game, I think.
The first game, there was the Primal Groudon speed tie.
Was there a speed tie in the first? Because I wasn't here during the first game.
The first game or the first match?
The first match, I think. Yeah, first match. Yeah. Okay, first game. Yes, first game.
Well, obviously, speed ties happen. Not sure if it mattered if it was.
Yeah, I don't think.
There isn't a great way to confirm if it's a speed tie unless you actually look at the stats.
But in the end, it doesn't really matter because Nasser still took it. He took it convincingly in the first round. In the second match, a little bit of luck, but it's fine.
I think he did pretty well considering the matchup wasn't exactly in his favor.
Yeah, and he did the best possible moves in that case. So he still made what's considered the best move. Maybe not the most honorable move, as some people might argue.
The swagger, yeah.
We know that out there, there's a lot of people.
I think that could have been maybe his best play.
That was his best play.
I think it would have actually worked out too if he had switched it onto the Groudon.
Yeah.
And then maybe tried to target down that golf.
Yes, but in the end, if it gets a trick room, if that got a trick room, and as you know, it has skill swap, it can just skill swap its ability, and it can go for another origin power, or water spout.
So switching in a Groudon there, if you got the trick room,
might not be the best.
Maybe fake out the golf.
So we'll cut off the stream for now, and we'll get back to you for the finals of this tournament. We'll see you later.
Finals.